Good morning, my fellow geekazoids, and today's a special day. And for geeks like us, it's practically a national holiday. We're taking the time off of work, maybe even calling in. We're waking up at 4 a.m., driving halfway across town to stand in the line in the rain for 3 hours to get our hands on a shiny new piece of tech. I'm talking about the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. And chances are, if you weren't one of those geeks standing out there at 4 a.m. to get one of these, you didn't get one. But that's okay, because I want to give you mine. But you're going to have to hang around till the end of the video to find out how. So first of all, though, let's crack this sucker open and see what's included. Man, I really need to stop throwing my toys. So we're taking a look at the console, and I mean, really, this thing is like the Super NES shrunk down to about maybe a third of the size. Kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the SNES. I mean, seriously, it's got the power button, it's got the reset button, a non-functioning cartridge slot, and a non-functioning eject button. Here in the front, you see what looks like the classic controller ports. They're not. You have to pop it open in a kind of awkward fashion to access it, and you get kind of like these Wiimote accessory plugs right here that plug in the controllers. Speaking of the controllers, you get two of them this time around, and they look exactly like the Super Nintendo controllers you remember. And the minute you put them in your hands, that muscle memory just kicks right back in. The buttons are clicky, the control pad's nice. It's like the real thing, baby. You also get a USB power adapter. It plugs in with a micro USB in the back of this thing, much like any of your modern cell phones, and an HDMI slot to plug into your modern, everyday HD TV. However, this thing only outputs in 720p. It has 3 output modes: CRT emulator, 4x3, and pixel perfect. But none of them are the widescreen 16:9 format, so you're always going to have those little panels on the side, which you could cover with a cool little frame. It comes preloaded with 21 of your favorite classic games, like Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Starfox, Super Metroid, F-Zero, Secret of Mana, Contra 3, Super Mario Kart, Kirby's Dream Course, Super Punch-Out!, Castlevania 4, Donkey Kong, and a lot of others. For a full list of all the included games, check out down in the description there. I'll list them all for you. But also included is a previously unreleased game, Starfox 2. From the loading screen, you can scroll left and right through all the games and select the game you want to play. And once you do that, you jump right into the game and start going right away. This is pretty sweet. No swapping cartridges around or blowing or doing any weird stuff like that to get it to work. Pick the game, start playing. So now we're going to take a look at the very special game included on this, Starfox 2. The Starfox game was revolutionary for the Super Nintendo back in the day. I mean, it was a 3D flying game that had objects coming at you from all angles, in front of you, behind you, and in fact, in order to get it to run on the Super Nintendo, they actually had to bake in an extra processing chip into the game. Well, Starfox 2 builds on that even more, and you get the full 360-degree non-linear experience. So it really adds in a pretty cool and unique type of game. Now, you might be saying, and I can hear you now, but Peter, I can build an emulator system for even less money and play all the games I ever want. In fact, you even made a video of it yourself on how to do it. And that's right, I did show you how to make your own little RetroPie. But this is actually a little bit different. Now, if you've played a lot of emulators, you know sometimes they're a little buggy and glitchy, and the game might crap out or freeze on you halfway through. and the controls are always a little wacky, and things just aren't exactly right. They're not how you remembered playing them back in the day. If you're looking for that truly flawless and authentic Super Nintendo gaming experience, you're going to either be spending hundreds of dollars on getting a system and building a collection of games, or you could go this route. Now, there are some great games that got left out, and I'm sure all of us can come up with some favorites that weren't included. But what is included is a pretty darn good collection of games that would keep most retro gamers like us happy as clams for hours and hours, reminiscing and remembering the good old days with a friend. And also included this, which isn't included in the classic consoles, is all of these games you can save anywhere in the game. A lot of the platform games, you couldn't save them at all. You had to play from level 0 all the way to level whatever in one run, or leave your Nintendo on overnight and hope nobody shut you down just to beat the game. It also has a rewind function, and you can set a particular save point in the game to automatically return to whenever you want. So if you're playing one of those extra hard games where you've got a special boss you're trying to beat and you fail, you can always just rewind back to where you left off and try again as many times as you want. I really wish we had that 25 years ago. It probably would have saved me a lot of coins in the old swear jar.
Oh no, come on, I jumped. What the oh. No, damn it.
So now we're going to get down to the part I'm sure you've been waiting for. I want to give this to you. Here's how. If you're already one of my subscribers, all you need to do is say subscribed in the comments and then tell me your favorite SNES game. If you're not one of my subscribers already, all you gotta do is become one by clicking the subscribe button, and then tell me so and your favorite SNES game. Late October, I'll pick one winner from my subscriber list and send you this 100% free. How cool is that? So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.